I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going to test out the Veloster N and the Civic Type R at the official Straight Pipes test track.
Yes, we are.
Actually, no, this is the Speed Academy official test track.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right actually. Well, we're going to test it out anyways. We're going to see which one's faster, drag race and lap times, and just fun. But also watch their Mazda video.
Starting with the drag race. If you lose in the Type R, that means you really lost.
Okay, so let's do this. Roll up the windows. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, this is so close.
Caught him.
He's got me.
Caught him.
No,
Oh.
He's got me.
Okay, I've got no chance of winning in the Veloster then.
You reeled me in right at the end there. That was close.
Did you spin out?
A little bit.
I did a little bit in first, but this thing really catches up.
Yeah, it does.
I've got no chance of beating you in that.
No, probably not.
I didn't lose in the Type R. Now it's Jacob's turn to not lose in the Type R either.
Okay, here we go. Traction off, R mode. Let's do this, Yuri. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, there we go. Still bogging and gone. No chance. No chance,
I bogged
Yuri.
down there. Too many flashing
Pretty
lights.
close though, not gonna lie. All right, so the Type R is obviously faster. Everybody knew that, but it's not faster by that much.
I redlined and bogged down. It hit faster than I thought from second to third.
Okay, so should we get on with the rest of the video?
Yeah, there's your drag race. So as we expected, the Veloster lost the drag race, but surprisingly enough, the Veloster edged out at the beginning, eh?
Yeah, the Veloster seemed to have like a better launch every single time. I don't know why, maybe we just happened to like launching the Veloster a little better, but we both did not use launch control.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky though to count down, go forward, and roll up the window all at the same time.
Yeah, we should probably leave that to Carwow maybe.
That was the first official Straight Pipes drag race though.
Yeah, that was, so that's good. We get some cred for that.
So right from that point, I don't expect the Veloster N to be faster because how's it gonna make up on all those straights, right?
Yeah, the Civic Type R just feels like it's just the faster car, because it is.
So the plan for the rest of the video, we're gonna do some lapping. We're gonna see how we feel in each car. We're gonna try to set our fastest lap in each one and see how it compares. And to be fair, we both have our own GPS lap tracker that we're gonna use for ourselves, so the number discrepancies don't like mismatch because he's using an Android phone and a different app in that car compared to Apple and something else in this one.
Yeah, so the times aren't 100% accurate, but it's as accurate as we can get between the two cars. All right, Yuri, let's send it on this straight and talk about how these cars feel on the racetrack, because they feel very different.
Yes, they do. So you're getting away from me a lot quicker than I expected.
Yeah, the Veloster cannot catch the Civic on the straights.
And all those crackles and pops that I was in love with the street, when you're in the zone, you barely notice them.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't even notice those crackles and pops at all on the racetrack, and I'm kind of disappointed. I thought the first time that we tracked it on the track is because we were wearing helmets. I don't notice it here.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing that it doesn't translate to the track, but like, I totally get it. But you know what you do notice in both cars is the LSD, pulling you through pretty much every single corner.
Yeah, in a front wheel drive car, it straight up feels like cheating. You just mash the power and it just pulls you through. There's not much understeer and it's just power, power, power.
Yeah, it surprises you. Sometimes like you don't think you'll make it through, and then you stay on the gas and it just pulls you right around.
Let's stick to the differences though. So the first thing that I noticed in the Civic, there's just so much grip. Like it's just straight up unlimited grip. Even with the LSD and the tires and stuff, it just feels like there's more grip than the Veloster.
Yeah, the Veloster's got a lot more tire squealing, a lot more noise. It just seems like more of an exciting mess.
Yeah, exactly. So on the road, we did say that the Veloster N was more playful, and out here, that playfulness translates into slightly more difficult to drive, isn't it?
Yeah, but the fun thing is, the first couple laps while the tires are still cold, if you don't take control of what you're doing, you get a little oversteer, which is a lot of fun.
Oh my God, yeah, the oversteer on the Veloster N when the tires are cold is insane.
And I did get a little tiny bit of oversteer in the first couple laps with the Civic Type R too, but it's way more noticeable in the Veloster N.
And in terms of body roll, I don't really notice a difference between both of them. I've been using Plus R, and then I did the slightly softer suspension on the Veloster N, and I think it really balanced it out.
Let me try N custom, because I've been in N mode the whole time. I figure if they give me a track weapon, I'm gonna put it in full weapon mode.
I think N mode for the suspension is just way too stiff for Toronto Motorsports Park.
Yeah, so we are Toronto Motorsports Park in Cayuga. It's about an hour and a half away from Toronto. It's probably the best track to go to if you just want to like have some fun in your regular car, eh?
Yeah, it's nice and close. Speed Academy's here. It's good times.
Yeah, it's a really fun track, especially for not the fastest cars. It makes it like really interesting because there's a lot more you can do here, a lot more shifting gears.
Speaking of shifting gears, Yuri, I needed an admission from you. Have you turned off automatic rev matching today?
Nah, man, this car's pretty quick. If I had to turn off auto rev matching, I think I'd miss a couple brake zones here and there.
I'm totally not lying either. I left it on. It's so good. Anyone that complains about it, you're just wrong. Like, it's just that good, and it helps when you're learning a track and learning a car.
But in a slower car like the Mazda Miata, it was fun to not have auto rev matching there because it meant more you had to grasp while driving.
Yeah, and I just want to know what the potential of the car is. So I'm trying to use all the features available to me. I would turn it off eventually, but if I'm going for lap times and I don't know the car that well yet, I'm just going to leave it on.
We've done a couple laps in both cars. So far, which one do you think is fastest?
I think the Civic Type R is faster, like no question in my mind. And I think we should prove that with some hot laps.
Yeah, I felt like every time that I was driving the Civic Type R, it went where I wanted it to go. It felt more like magical, do you know what I mean? Like they put more technology to make it do everything it needed to do.
Hey Yuri, you heard that I said hot laps, right?
All right, hot laps, let's go.
Let's do this! Civic Type R, here we go. All right, I got Yuri ahead of me in the Veloster N. He's sending it. Hit that apex, come on!
Apex, and then get on the throttle and do not touch this wall.
And I'm full on the throttle. Let's see who got the better exit on that one. Oh, Yuri, I'm gonna need a point buy on this one. Now that I've passed Yuri, how does my exhaust look?
Honestly, all I see is that 3/4 angle from behind, and I absolutely love it. Your exhaust looks cool, but it doesn't make any sound.
Yeah, it doesn't. And when you were in front of me, I actually heard your crackles and pops more than when I was inside that car.
And you know what doesn't matter from the rear view? Fake vents.
When's the last time you thought about fake vents in the driver's seat?
The last thing you think about fake vents is why are these fake vents moving farther away from me so fast? I mean, this feels a little more loosey-goosey than the Type R. The Type R just felt like a rocket ship through here. Then going through this chicane is scary because it's like red line happens right when you're going full through here.
This is just a track weapon, an absolute weapon. I know everybody's called it that, but holy crap, this is so good on the track.
Come on, 125 at least. Please, please, please. Please, 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 please. All right, let's see. 126. Ah, couldn't beat it.
Okay, onto the straight, and here we go. 124.2. Right on.
So how'd you do in the Type R?
I think the fastest I've driven a production car around this track was in the Civic Type R, and it was 124.2. I'm very happy with that.
In the Veloster N, I got 126.6. But our GPSs might be slightly different, so we really need to compare it to how we do in the other car.
Yeah, so we're gonna keep the same GPS with the same driver so that it's consistent between both drivers and cars once we're switching.
So overall, from setting your hot lap time to driving the Veloster N earlier, like, what's the differences you feel so far?
The Civic just has unlimited amounts of grip, and I don't feel like I'm fighting it to get everything out of it. I feel like the car is helping me do everything, and I have felt the traction control a couple times. But overall, this thing just feels so planted and like it's part of me, not fighting against me.
Yeah, this Veloster N, I am fighting it a little bit. It seems like a lot more tire squealing through a lot of corners, maybe not as on rails as I'd like it, and the brakes seem to kind of be fading a little bit here and there. Like, my brake zones are shrinking.
Yeah, the Civic Type R has Brembos in the front, and it makes all the difference on the track. There is no fade from these brakes.
But if you're gonna track your Veloster N, you should probably change your pads and your brake fluid, but we'll get into that more later in a special video.
Yeah, surprise announcement, we are actually gonna be doing a bunch of racing videos this summer with the Veloster N with Mark Wilkins, who is a professional race car driver with the Hyundai factory team.
So Continental's gonna be hooking us up with a whole bunch of tires to use on the Veloster N this summer. The whole goal is to see how much faster we can get with a bunch of instruction. And the reason we picked the Hyundai Veloster was because we met Mark Wilkins driving the Veloster N, and Hyundai was okay with it.
I can't wait to see how many seconds we can shave off our lap time with the Veloster N.
And I think that's a good starter car for us to learn all the fundamentals, because it's front wheel drive, so we're not gonna be drifting. We're gonna be concentrating on like more important things like the racing line.
Yeah, and from today we'll have our benchmark lap time, so we'll know exactly how much we'll shave off. Now let's switch cars.
Have you looked down for the shift lights?
Yeah, I don't look down. I look straight ahead and just see what's in my peripheral vision, and the Veloster N definitely wins for shift lights for me.
Yeah, I think the color changes and how bright they are and how they flash helps a lot. I haven't missed any shifts in the Type R. I'm just kind of watching for those big red lights at the top to start flashing. I like them both, but I think the Veloster definitely wins. Okay, and let's talk seating position real quick, because in the Civic Type R, it does feel more buckety and more race car. It seems like on the road, it was more of a pain to get in every day, in and out, but on the track, it kind of pays off.
Oh, it really does. So it basically confirmed exactly what I thought on the road, and it's just so much better on the track. When I'm in the Veloster N right now, I feel like I'm sitting on top of it. I know it's not that bad. Like, it's nowhere near a Focus RS, Focus ST on top of it, but compared to the Civic Type R, it's definitely way higher.
Doesn't it feel more hot hatch in the Veloster N, where the Type R feels more race car?
This does feel a little bit smaller. Where you said that on the road, I didn't really notice, but on the track, I do notice the smallness of the Veloster N.
But the Civic Type R destroys all the smallness with magic.
Yeah, it pretty much does. Let's talk steering wheels. I actually like the one in the Veloster N a little bit more.
I haven't found like a difference or a preference for anything, especially since there's no paddles attached.
The thing I love about this steering wheel is that I'm able to go into N Custom right away and customize that suspension.
I don't know enough about track driving yet to dial in my suspension for every track. I'm gonna let Mark take care of that when we do the Veloster N video.
I'm actually really excited for Mark to tell us to set lap times with whatever mode we want and then whatever mode he tells us to be in.
And since now you're in front of me, all I hear is your exhaust popping.
Yeah, and I hear it now too. I think when you're going flat out for hot laps, it dials it back because it's trying to be more efficient for racing.
So should we maybe do some hot laps?
Yeah, we definitely should. All right, here we go. Veloster N hot lap.
Let's set our fastest times in the opposite cars.
And braking way too late into this and flooring it flat out. Here we go. Here he's in my rear view. Let's see if I can keep him there.
Let's see how much brakes you have through that corner.
Not much brakes left, and you already caught up right there. Watch this apex. I'm gonna hit it. Boom!
I am definitely gonna catch you on the straight. You literally have zero chance.
Unless I get a better launch right here. Here we go. Ken Yuri passed me. I'm gonna stay flat. Oh, I got a better exit on that one.
You know what I just realized about Honda? The Acura NSX and the Civic Type R are such forgiving race cars.
Yeah, and conveniently, they're both on the same tires, the Continental Sport Contact 6s.
I freaking love these tires. Like, frig, I love them.
Hear those tires squealing. Look where you want to go. There's the exit. Use the whole track. Woo! I do have the suspension in Sport mode, not Sport Plus. Normal is a little bit too soft for this track. I think Sport is just right.
This is faster than the Veloster N. You can just tell. Body roll is on point. Transferring my weight from turn to turn. Hitting all the curbs.
Let's get a good exit on this, get a good lap time. And nice and tight. Here we go. Floor it. Come on. Come on. Let's see what I did. Oh, 125. Woo! I will take it.
All right, let's see the lap time. Let's see the lap time. 124.6. 2 seconds faster. What can I say?
So coming out of those hot laps, I did a 125.43 in the Veloster N. And I'm pretty damn happy with that.
I did a 124.67 in the Civic Type R, which is like 2 full seconds faster than the Veloster N.
So we're both very similar to each other, and the difference between yours was slightly more, but the difference between mine is like 1.2 seconds.
But you used N Custom, right?
I did use N Custom, so I had slightly softer suspension.
So I used N, and that might have been a fault of my own for this track, which I plan on learning about because I don't fully know about that stuff yet.
There's definitely room for driver improvement between both of us. But the biggest thing is between the cars. There's not that much difference. There's like 1 or 2 seconds, which is exactly what I had in my head, and I just wanted to verify that on the track.
Now, is that $6,000 worth of differences Canadian?
Well, that's exactly it. You can drive this at 10 tenths and get everything out of it, and you're saving like $6,000 or $7,000. That's a lot of money for track days and driver instruction.
Yeah, I'm convinced I'm gonna get at least 2 seconds off my time. That's my goal in the Veloster N.
That's a pretty lofty goal. I don't know if I can get 2 seconds out of myself, but since you're gonna set that for yourself, I'll set that for myself too.
Okay, so with the drag race done, with the hot laps done, should we talk about which car we prefer on the track and which car we would take home for what situation?
So you picked the Veloster N for the road. I picked the Honda Civic Type R for the road. What's the decision for the track?
I got more out of the Type R. I went faster, and if I was on a track day, I'd want to pass Mustangs, and I think I could for sure do it in this.
I fully agree with you. I do think the Civic Type R is the better track car and the better road car. So I am picking the Civic Type R as the overall winner. However, I had no less fun in the Veloster N. Like, no less fun.
I think overall, when you factor in price, road driving, track driving, the Veloster N wins overall. But if you're like just going for track stuff, Type R.
And if you're not the best driver, what is 1 or 2 seconds of lap time every other weekend, or probably even less than that, worth to you? Is it worth $6,000 or $7,000? That's a pretty big decision.
But then you get more cargo room and more room for your backseat passengers in the faster car as well. Like, it's a very weird toss-up.
Yeah, it's obviously more money for the Civic Type R, but there's so much value in the Veloster N, and you don't really lose out on much. You lose out on some cargo space and about 1 or 2 seconds of lap time, potentially.
You can't really go wrong either way. But if we have to do the math, 2 for Type R for you, 1 for Type R for me on the track, and 1 Veloster N on the road. So technically the Type R wins 3-1.
Yeah, we do have to name a winner after all this, so Type R wins.
So would you take the Type R home instead of the Veloster N if you could only have one?
I still think I would take the Civic Type R.
And I think I still take the Veloster N because the amount of fun I have on the roads for the amount of tracking I do, I think it's just enough speed for me to not worry about that extra 2 seconds.
And I fully understand that perspective, so let us know what you guys think about the Civic Type R and the Veloster N. Which one would you guys take?
And let us know what you thought of this track comparison. Did you like the drag race? What things do you think we should change, or did we just absolutely nail it? I think we absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, we nailed that, just like you should nail that subscribe button and the notification bell. Come on, you guys knew I was gonna say that.
A lot of you guys are watching without subscribing. Just hit the button and then we can do more track reviews and more cool stuff.
So once again, thank you to Toronto Motorsports Park for letting us use the track. This is an awesome track, not that far from Toronto. If you have some time on the weekend or during the week, definitely check it out.
And shout out Speed Academy for letting us use their official test track.
Yeah, watch their Mazda video too. Those are great guys.
And join our YouTube membership, patreon.com/TheStraightPipes, and Teespring for t-shirts. I'm Yuri.
I'm Jacob.
And we're going for a drive. This is a subscription break. Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe right now. Subscribe. We didn't do that.